This guy has honestly lost his marbles. He might unironically have been better than all of our attackers. Then you're not man to man. You're man to almost all the men. Right, hello everybody, welcome back to the Golden Sky. I'm Tom. Today it is an action-packed video for you. Coming up, we will have the preview, first of all, for Liverpool against Fulham happening tomorrow, of course. And then once we've talked about Liverpool and Fulham, we're going to look at the PSG game. I didn't have time to do a separate video for this one, so merged it into this video. We're going to look at some of the key moments from that game, talk through my analysis of it. Basically, we're absolutely cooked is the full analysis. If you want to just have a quick sort of summary of that game, we are so bad. So action-packed today. I have absolutely loads on, so let's get right into the video. Okay, guys, so you know by now how we like to start the previews. It is with Liverpool's predicted 11, in my opinion. In goal, I have Mamardashvili with right back of Dominic Szoboszlai. Yes, Dominic Szoboszlai. Centre-backs Konate and Van Dijk with Robertson at left back. Then in the middle, I've got Gravenberch and Alexis McAllister. Number 10 in front of them, I've got Curtis Jones. Mo Salah on the right, Betsy Rio and Gamoa on the left, and Cody Gakpo up front. And if your initial reaction to that team isn't, what the blue hell is going on there, I don't know what to tell you. It is a crazy team, I am fully aware, but hear me out. I'm going to talk you through why I think Arne Slot is going to pick this team, or at least something very close to it, on the weekend, tomorrow. So, first of all, Isak is a talking point. Slot said that he wants to progress Isak's minutes, but that doesn't indicate to me that he's going to start this game. I'd be shocked if he does start this game, so he is not going to start, in my opinion. That's one thing. Then Slot also said, not all players are capable of playing every 3 days. Okay, he did say that. Now, we obviously played against City on the weekend and then played a very similar team in midweek against PSG. Now we have Fulham and then we have the second leg at PSG, which in Arne Slot's mind, guys, you have to think of this. He thinks we can come back in that tie, right? Or he might. He's completely deluded if he does. But he'll be thinking we can come back in that tie, so I've got to prioritise that tie, right? Now, that to me means this is the game he's going to rest players in, and that's why I've picked some of the players I have here. In particular, he picked out Frimpong and Gomez in his presser and said that he was worried about them. They were his exact words, worried about. So for me, neither of them are going to start. That's an indicator to me neither of them are going to start. And that means Szoboszlai is our only choice at right back, unless he plays Jones at right back and does Szoboszlai in the middle, which I would much prefer. But again, I'm predicting from Arne Slot here, and I'm thinking Szoboszlai is going to be the one at right back. So that's that position. That makes me want to just cry my eyes out. I cannot handle more Szoboszlai at right back. But I think we're going to be treated to a nice dose of the dose this weekend. At left back, I've gone Andy Robertson, who's been obviously in the news this week, announcing that he is leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. Just more good, happy news. More, just the good news just keeps on coming at Liverpool. It's like a steady stream of just happiness and joy, isn't it? It really is. It's so painful at the minute to be a Liverpool fan. It's unbelievable. And Robbo, for me, absolute legend at the club. I'm sure he is for the rest of you guys watching this as well. Really sad to see him go in such a sad season. And he looks like Spurs are still front runners for his signing in the summer. He deserves the biggest send-off possible. He's going to go obviously alongside Salah. It's a real shame, isn't it? Like the old guard, the Klopp guard, the team that we absolutely adored for so long is almost all gone. Van Dijk and Alisson, basically the only ones left. And they're not probably going to be around for all that much longer themselves, especially Van Dijk, I believe. So there you go. It's a sad one, but I think Robbo does start this weekend. He should get a great reception from the Anfield faithful. And then in the middle, obviously McAllister and Gravenberch. He picks Gravenberch every single game, so Gravenberch is going to play. No Florian Wirtz, that's the talking point there. I think Wirtz gets a rest in this one. He started the last 8 games for club and country. I think this is the one where he gets a rest. Slot will want to keep him fresh enough for Tuesday when we get beat again by PSG. That'll be good. So yeah, I don't see Vert starting this game, so I've gone with Jones in that midfield three alongside Grav and McAllister. Salah and Gakpo both didn't start against PSG in midweek, so for me they are shoo-ins to start this one. Salah especially didn't play a minute against PSG. That was weird. Not to say that he's been good by any means this season or recently, but just a bit weird that he got no minutes. I don't know. That to me feels a little strange. We made 5 subs as well. Gets no minutes. We don't score a goal. We've only scored like 1 goal in our last 3 games. It's just, I don't know. But he starts this one at right wing. Gakpo, I believe, will be up front because I do think Rio and Gamoa might start this one. Obviously, started against Spurs. Was probably our best player. Well, was our best player in that game, the game that we drew. I think he deserves to start here. He deserves minutes. We all know that. Anyone who's watched Liverpool this season knows that he deserves minutes. This is a good chance to give him some, a home game, time when other players need rest, and honestly, the only exciting player that we might have left at this point. So I think Rio starts on my left, and with that team, I have gone with the 4-3-3. So another change in formation. We played Diamond against City. We played a 5-3-2 against PSG, and I think we'll go back to the 4-3-3 or the 4-2-3-1, however you want to look at it. In this one against Fulham, Slot cannot find a system that suits him. This season, one that he likes. We've changed so much. I think the Diamond was the best, but even that hasn't been working so well in recent weeks. Personnel issues and things like that, and just a lack of form. I think he's lost the dressing room at this point. But that is what it is. So that's the team. Let's talk a little bit about Arne Slot himself, of course. So there's been reports this week, over the last few days, that we have full backing of Arne Slot. A few rumours about this and murmurs. He has full backing, and they expect to be in charge with him in charge next season. Blah blah blah. All I would say, guys, is just be very careful what you read into and what you believe at this point. I am by no means an oracle. Like, I can definitely say things and they be wrong. I don't have that delusion that I am some sort of football wizard and I know everything there is to know about football and all the news. I don't. But I do think I have a good idea, especially when it comes to Liverpool and how they operate. And I think, I've said it all season long, I think Arne Slot is here to stay until summer, no matter what. We could lose every single game. I don't think he goes until summer. And even then, he still might not go. I have said that all season long. If I had to put money on it, I think he will go in summer now. But if he didn't, I would not be completely shocked. So that's one thing. But think of what they're saying. They're going to back. They're full backing of him. These are these reports. Just think of if they said the other way around. They can't really release reports that say we don't have backing of the manager because then you have to sack him. So these reports to me mean nothing. It's really not news. This is news that only comes out when a manager is clearly on the hot seat, which we all know Slot is anyway. So I don't think this is really news. They're certainly not going to come out and say, yeah, he's got to win this game against Fulham, otherwise he's gone. To me, that is not ever a realistic option. So yeah, I don't think... I would advise just to be a bit wary of what you read and how much you believe it online at this point, because the rumours are going to be flying. People are speculating. Nobody really knows. I don't think Slot will go no matter what until the summer. I've said it all season long, and we're only 7 games away from the end of the Premier League season, so we're not too far off. But Slot himself, this one you can believe, well, you can at least... It did happen, definitely, for sure. He said it himself, that he knows he has full support from the owners and the fans. This is madness. So he can say what he wants about the owners. We don't know. We aren't privy to their conversations. We do not know that. He might have full support from the owners. Who are we to say that he doesn't? We don't know. I don't think he will. Or at least if they tell him that they have full support of him, that could definitely be a lie or could change in the weeks to come. But him saying he has full support from the fans is nothing but delusional. It is completely delusional. And look, I'm going to preface this before I say anything else by saying he obviously has to say this. He's not going to come out and say, well, if he talks about having support from the fans, he's not going to come out and say the fans don't support me, because guess what? Then the fans really won't support him. He's obviously trying to get everyone on side, and I can appreciate that. And I don't hate Arne Slot personally, so I don't hate him doing that, for example. But this is a completely irrational, delusional comment. This guy has honestly lost his marbles. If he believes that truly, he's lost his marbles. Like, he is existing on a completely different plane of reality at this point. Like, he is so far gone. Drug dealers are frantically trying to get in touch with him to see what he could possibly be having right now that's got him so off his rocker. Because if he thinks the fans are still in support of him, I don't know what to tell him. They couldn't be less in support. I don't think there's many Liverpool fans out there left, full stop, who think this guy deserves to be in charge. So, I don't know. Let me give you some numbers to back up what I'm saying here about why I think he should go. And if you somehow don't think he should go, I'd love to hear why in the comments. I really, really would. But 1 win in our last 6 games in all competitions. That was Galatasaray, so that was a good win. But 1 in our last 6. 2 wins in our last 8. 2 wins in our last 8 games. I've done ratings for all of those. 2 wins in our last 8. 1 point from our last 3 Prem games. 1 point. It's absolutely awful. It really is. That's Wolves, Spurs, and Brighton. 1 point from those 3. It's so bad. Yet, somehow, we are still 5th. Somehow. I don't know how. And it is confirmed 5th this season will be getting Champions League football. I don't know if that's 100% official, but it's going to happen, guys. It's 99.9% now if it's not already 100% announced. So we have to finish 5th. That has to be the goal. Forget PSG. Forget going through. We're going to be out with Champions League. We're certainly not fucking winning the thing. We have to try and get 5th. That has to be the main goal on everybody's minds. And that's why I'm worried about him playing this team in this game. But then again, the rest of our players are shite anyway, so it doesn't really matter. This is now the run-in. There is no more international breaks. There are no more breaks until the end of the season. It is 7 games left in the Prem and probably 1 in the Champions League against PSG. We have no more cup competitions. In just over a month, the season will be over. I will have done a full year of the Golden Sky, a full season of it anyway, and it will all be over. If we don't finish 5th, it was all for nothing. So, we're 1 clear of Chelsea, who this weekend play City. They are in 6th, Chelsea. 1 behind us, they play City. That's a huge game for us. We need City to beat them. We need City to beat them, and we need to win, obviously. Brentford and Everton, which is insane. I have to mention where Brentford and Everton are in the table in April, by the way. Almost coming up to the end of the season, and I'm talking about where Brentford and Everton are. They play each other this weekend. So one of those is going to drop points. They can honestly overtake us, both of them, by the end of this season, because we are so bad. Like, it's genuinely a problem. And we have to beat Fulham. We have to. But will we? That is the question. Will we beat them? I am not so sure. I don't think anybody can be sure at this point. Let's get them on the board and quickly talk about them so then this video isn't too long. Let's get them on right now. All right, so Fulham then on the board now. Let's go through their team. I've got Leno in the goal with Castagna at right back, Anderson and Bassi centre backs, Robinson left back, a midfield 3 of Berger, Iwobi and Josh King just in front of them. Harry Wilson on the right, Oscar Bob on the left, and Raul Jimenez up front. One of my favourite non-Liverpool players in the Premier League. I just absolutely love Jimenez. Don't really know why. Always have since he was at Wolves. Really like him. Seems like a really top guy, to be honest. That is the team I've gone with. Fulham are basically fully fit. They have no Kevin and no Kenny Tete. They're out injured. And also, remember Harrison Reed? The NPC who scored the 50 million yard screamer against us and then disappeared off the face of the earth. Yeah, he's injured for this one as well. So they don't have the freaking cannon that is his right foot to score one of the most insane goals ever. Remember that game, 2-2 at Craven Cottage? Ridiculous. That really did happen this season. Just another one of this season's top moments. They're out injured. Fulham's last game was on the 21st of March. It's by the time we play them tomorrow, it'll be 3 weeks ago. They haven't kicked a football in a competitive game in ages. It's a crazy long break in the middle of the season. Will that play a part? Like, will they be rusty? I don't know. Obviously, they've had players go on international duty. But it could be a factor, maybe. Or they could be fresh and ready to go. We've obviously played 2 games in that time. City and PSG, both of which were absolutely awful. So who knows? But that's the team I've gone with for Fulham. They are very consistent with their team selection. It's not all that difficult to really predict. The only thing I do think could change is They could go Issa Diop instead of maybe Oscar Bob or Josh King. If they do that, they will drop into a back three. Let's imagine that King just became Diop, and they'll play like a 5-3-2 or 5-4-1. Sorry, 5-2-3 if you like, whatever you want to call it. They'll play a 5 at the back. They did this before against us when they played us earlier in the season, so it could happen again. If I were them, I absolutely would do it, by the way, because we only tend to play well against teams who offer no resistance whatsoever to how we exactly want to play. If a team tries to make it difficult for us in literally any capacity, we cannot play good football. Think about actual good games of this season. Galatasaray, for example, they offered no resistance whatsoever. Karabag, they offered no resistance. Newcastle played into our hands. Villa played into our hands. They were the only good ones. They were all at Anfield, obviously, but, you know, I don't think Fulham are a stupid club. Marco Silva's not a stupid manager. I think they'll play pragmatic. And even if they don't, they still might beat us because we're just not very good. They are ninth, Fulham. If they beat us, they go 2 points behind us. Like, this is where we are. Fulham in April, who are the most mid-table team ever, will be 2 points behind us if they beat us. And Harry Wilson on the right, this is just the irony of this season, how bad it's been. He might unironically have been better than all of our attackers this season. I think he actually probably has, if I'm thinking about it right now. The only one who comes close is Ekatike, and for me, Wilson's been better. 10 goals and 6 assists in the Prem for Harry Wilson. Someone obviously from our academy who was never really ever looked good enough for us. Obviously been brilliant at Fulham this season. I would genuinely have him back at Liverpool. I absolutely would. But it is what it is. That's where we are. He's killing it. And it's great to see. I actually like quite a lot of Fulham's players. I like Wilson, I like Jimenez, I like King. I quite like Anderson as well. Iwobi's always a good laugh. I think Robinson's a very good fullback too. So they have a solid team. They are distinctly average across the board. Like, I usually pick out stats, expected goals, goals conceded per game, pressures, whatever you want to say, possession stats. They are so mid-table across the whole game. But they do lots of crosses and long balls. They are third in both of those, crosses and long balls. So quite a direct team, want to get the ball wide, cross the ball in. They've got great delivery of Wilson onto Jimenez, who is the best penalty taker in Premier League history by stats. This is just something fun for you all. Raul Jimenez, who would have thought it? So that is Fulham, that is Liverpool in this one. Let's go to the sort of second part of this video, which is going to be a very quick run through. Well, I say quick, let's see how long it takes me to show some of the clips from Liverpool's horrendous defeat to PSG in midweek. Let's go and take a look. All right, so let's get into this part of the video then. PSG against Liverpool, and we're going to start off with PSG's first goal. I won't do as in-depth a video, an analysis here as I would if it was a separate video, but I will still do a little bit. So Dembele has got this ball, loads and loads of space. Liverpool tried to go man-to-man in this game. You're going to see better examples of that in a second. And it did not work one bit because PSG are too good and their men beat our men all over the pitch all the time. So that's a problem. And Slot decided to go man-to-man for like the second time this season by playing a 5 at the back that we've never played. It was all sorts of weird. But as you can see, still, PSG able to find loads of space in the middle, which we give up every single game. We do this. They just move us around. Our midfield isn't mobile enough. McAllister and Gravenberch are not mobile enough to cover all the ground. Szoboszlai was part of a front three pressing this game. He almost presses a striker, and then Wirtz and Ekatike split alongside him. It was very strange. But this is criminal. Dembele comes through. He runs straight at McAllister. McAllister has to win this tackle. He has to. He doesn't. Then Gravenberch he has to win this one. This one is like inexcusable. If McAllister doesn't win that one, he's got to win this one. Obviously, he also doesn't win the tackle. It ricochets out. Dembele flicks it nicely over to Doué. He intentionally does that as well, by the way. Gravenberch and McAllister so pathetic in the tackle, as they were all game. McAllister tries more than Gravenberch, to be fair. He tries to have a bit of bite, but no one actually makes no one makes a difference in there. Tackling wise, and the ball comes out to Doué, and he gets on it, and you see Liverpool's defence. I just want to point this out. So Van Dijk played central centre back in this game. Konate played right centre back. Gomez played left centre back, and then Frimpong and Kirkes were wingers. just watch what happens here. So Kvaratskhelia is going to make a run down here, and Van Dijk just decides to take ownership of that run. Like, I understand what he's doing. He's obviously trying to mark it quickly, and it's all happening very quick. But for me, this is just lack of organisation. Konate has to be the one to do this. The way he's going to play this ball, well, he's going to look like he's going to play the ball to Kvaratskhelia, who made the run. You see Van Dijk has ran all the way across. Konate's in the middle. Everybody's just sort of out of position. Doué cuts it back. And Gravenberch doesn't sniff the danger. When it's here, I mean, he's on the floor, so you can't quite see, but he's got to sniff this danger and come across here earlier. He doesn't sniff it out. Doué cuts back on his right foot, and by the time he's ready to have the shot, Gravenberch looks like he's playing musical statues. You know, he's not. This is not a position to try and block a shot properly. Just sticks out his leg. It hits his leg and loops into the into the net over Mamardashvili's head. So unlucky, you might say, from the deflection, but just poor from us in the build up once again. And here we see PSG building up, and they gave us an absolute lesson in how to build up, how to be calm on the ball in this one. And I want to show you. The Liverpool go man to man. It's harder to build up when a team goes man to man because you should have all your players marked. But PSG are just so calm on the ball, so clever, so comfy. And what they did really well was they brought João Neves, who's obviously playing in the middle. They brought him wide a lot, and it just completely messed up how we wanted to go man to man. Like, we didn't know who was meant to be where at all. So the idea is Ekatike's on Marquinhos, Szoboszlai's on Vitinha here, Wirtz is supposed to be on Pacho. You've got the two midfielders, Zaire Emery, matched up with McAllister, and then Dembele's dropping in, so Gravenberch has got hold of him. But nobody has got João Neves, and if you go man to man, you just can't leave a spare man, because then you're not man to man. You're man to almost all the men, which doesn't make any sense. You can see Frimpong, he's the one who's not got anybody, and he's steaming in down here to try and make, try and get close to João Neves. But Vitinha, so good on the ball, you cannot get the ball off him, and he does this crazy thing. He dribbles, like none of our players do that. He dribbles with the ball, and you can't tackle him. It's unbelievable. You see, he runs. He knows exactly what he's doing here. He wants to give this ball to João Neves the whole time. He runs straight at Wirtz, so Wirtz has to press him. By the time he does, he can give it to João Neves, and he has loads of time. Frimpong doesn't know whether to come or go because he doesn't know if he should go this high up the pitch. He's playing wing back. He doesn't really want to go past the forwards. So PSG have just completely ripped us apart without really doing much of anything, just by moving João Neves out here. And our press is pathetic. The ball goes to João Neves. He already knows the situation. Nuno Mendes is pushed high. He's got Konate. You can't see Nuno Mendes because he's really wide. But he's next to Konate here, and João Neves knows Nuno Mendes has the beating of Konate for pace. The ball goes over the top. Here he is, all of a sudden, Nuno Mendes. He's beat Konate. Liverpool are in massive trouble from out of nowhere. This is what going man-to-man can do. It can absolutely pull you apart if you don't do it right, which we obviously didn't because we don't do anything right. He plays the ball into Doué, and Doué should score. And this was not the only time PSG should have scored in this game. I've actually left quite a lot out of this portion of the video because they could have had so many more. But he doesn't score there, so we'll move it on. And a very similar example, once again. The exact same thing. João Neves is really wide, almost playing as a left wing, as a left back, while the actual left back goes really high, and Liverpool are just dead confused. They didn't know where to go. Szoboszlai is the man this time without a man. He doesn't know. He doesn't really want to be out here because he's been told to press the middle. So it's all confusing. Are we man-to-man or not? Everyone else is. You see, again, everybody else is man-to-man except this. This is too much space. So what happens? Well, PSG just moved the ball really well. Pacho runs over here. He knows that he's got the keeper spare, which he finds. Safanov plays this ball out to João Neves. They do it so quick, it's all one touch. They know what's going on. Liverpool don't have a chance to react to the situation. Ball comes over to João Neves, and this is a joke. Frimpong runs onto him. He's too late, but João Neves has so much confidence and quality and time. He just shoulder passes this to Nuno Mendes. Can you imagine one of our players trying to do this? Honestly, they dislocate the shoulder. It comes to Nuno Mendes. Now we're completely goosed. I mean, we are fucked like there's no tomorrow at this point. It's not even. We're so screwed because they've pulled us apart all over the pitch. All of a sudden, nobody's man-to-man anymore. Gravenberch isn't man-to-man. McAllister isn't. Szoboszlai isn't. Frimpong's just about sort of near João Neves. Wirtz isn't. Everybody is getting pulled all over the place. They just rip us apart. The ball goes over to Vitinha, and the ball goes over from Vitinha into Kvaratskhelia. Konate's out of position again. He does not want to be coming to play right wing, but that's what he had to do a lot of the time. Kvaratskhelia moves the ball around now. Van Dijk has to react. It's brilliant from PSG. Let's put it that way. It's absolutely brilliant. It's so confident. It's so well played, but so poor from us as per usual. Doué gets onto it. He actually takes a bit of a bad touch. He still manages to find Dembele, who should bury it, but he doesn't. He gets this chance. Hits it straight at Mamardashvili. He should have found this far corner, and that should have been 2-0 at the time. Another chance missed by PSG. But let's quickly take a look at their second goal. There's so much more I could have shown you from this one, but let's show you the second goal because it's awful. What you're seeing on screen is PSG just in rested possession. At this point, they have had the ball for like 5 minutes straight with no break. Liverpool not getting anywhere near them. We're just sat deep trying to defend. You see our back line. Then we had a midfield 2, and then we had a front 3. That was how we tried to press the whole game. Or press, that's how we tried to sit and defend. So Kvara is actually the one who's playing this ball, right? Just remember that. He's the one who's going to knock this out to João Neves, who again is wide on the left. That's what they did to just draw us completely out of position. Nuno Mendes really high. Now, Frimpong has to go to João Neves. Konate is occupied by Nuno Mendes. What happens is Kvaratskhelia makes the run. He's just played this ball from here. Gravenberch is looking at him. Look. Once he makes this run, Gravenberch can see it the whole way. There is no possible way. Gravenberch is quite quick. There's no possible way Kvaratskhelia should be able to run straight past Gravenberch into this space without being blocked off or tackled or the pass being intercepted. It's criminal from Gravenberch in particular. They get a bit of luck, like, well, it's quality from João Neves again. Plays it through Frimpong's legs into the space. Van Dijk's not alert. Gravenberch is sleeping. Konate's been pulled wide. It's not his fault. The ball goes through. All of a sudden, he's through on goal. Gravenberch has let him run past him. He tries to make a last-ditch tackle. If Kvaratskhelia didn't score, this would have been a penalty. They do score, obviously, and that was 2-0, and it should have been a lot more, but 2-0 was where it did finish. This one, though, I did just put this one in as well, just to top it off. This one is just funny in all the worst ways. I mean, look at this. This is Zaire Emery's played this ball out to Doué, and this is just lack of effort, lack of like being switched on in a game, like not knowing where to go. McAllister has to deal with Zaire Emery. He has to. But as soon as this ball goes out to Doué, he has to at least match this run. McAllister just ball watches, and he just runs straight over to Doué, forgetting completely about the lad who's ran all the way past him, Zaire Emery. And who gets the ball? Sure enough, Zaire Emery. McAllister is like, whoa! Where did that come from? Konate has to come back and make a last-ditch tackle, which was given as a penalty and then overturned. It's just so basic. Like, follow your runners. Like, it's unbelievable that's where we are. That is where I'll finish this, like, portion of the video. I'm not going to analyse any more of this. Just know it was all bad. We didn't have a shot on target. It could have been so, and should have been so much worse. We were lucky to come out only 2-0 down. Not that it will help us at all. In fact, season ticket holder at work today, one of the biggest Liverpool fans I know, told me he sold his tickets for the game on Tuesday. That's where we are. Unbelievable. Okay, let's finish off the preview in typical preview style with Super 6. I have just seen Liverpool are on here. What am I going to do for that one? Well, let's start with Brentford-Everton. Tough one to call, it really is. It does have draw written all over it, doesn't it? I don't know. I'm going to go to a 2-2 draw, I think. And then Carrot actually thinks Liverpool will win this one. The admin thinks a draw. Loads of people think Liverpool will win. Wow. That's amazing. That is actually amazing. I did not think that would be the case whatsoever. Surely it can't be as bad as it's been the last couple of games. Can it? Like, yes, it absolutely can, Tom. What are you saying, lad? I think I agree with the admin. I think a 1-1. Honestly, we don't score any goals. Wouldn't be surprised if we lose 2-1 either. Sunderland and Spurs. Spurs with De Zerbi. I think Sunderland will win this one. I'm going to go 2-1 Sunderland. Forest, Villa. Forest, Villa. Forest fighting for their lives still. Villa on the slide, but got a win last time out. I think I'm going to go with Cara. I'm going to say 2-1 there to Villa away from home. 59% of people think Villa also will win. Palace and Newcastle. Palace have had the hangover from midweek. I think Newcastle will win this one. I'm going to go 3-1 to Newcastle there. I can see there being some goals in that one. And then Chelsea, City. Wow, everyone thinks City will win, and lots of people think 3-1. I'm going to go 2-0 to Man City in that one. Maybe 2-1. No, let's go with the 2-0. Let's go with the 2-0. Stick to what I said, and we'll go 5th minute, like always. How likely are we to get that? Not very likely at all, but that is Super 6. That's why we do it. Let's hope for some good luck this weekend. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I really do hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, please do leave a like on the video. You got a 2-in-1 today, so if you didn't enjoy it, I don't know what to tell you. 35 likes is always the aim. Please do click that like button if you did enjoy. Subscribe to the channel as well if you are new around here. We're trying to get to 500 and we are getting very, very close. So please do click subscribe if you haven't done so already. Podcast listeners, 5-star rating and reviews. You guys all know what to do. The sun is shining through my window. I think you can see that on the camera. I don't know if you can. I'm about to go outside. I need to go outside. It's been a busy, busy day and it continues to be busy with the ratings tomorrow. So I'll see you all in those. I hope you look forward to them. If we win the game, I don't know if we will though, guys. Let's see how it goes. Have a good Friday night and hope for a Liverpool win. And I'll speak to you on Saturday evening. Thanks for watching, everyone. Goodbye.